Welcome to day 12, and I think you're really going to like this recipe. So in some of the other videos, I talked about if you use coconut water in the first 3 days, which is absolutely fabulous. I love that. I generally do that more like in the spring when there's not so much fruit available. That's hard to kind of do a mono fruit fast that's in season and local. You're going to have all this coconut meat. I totally don't have any coconut meat with me on this detox, so I can't do that. But this recipe is delicious with coconut meat. I usually do about half coconut meat, half avocados. You can do pure coconut meat if you want to. The softer the meat is, the more delicious this is. So the really hard coconut meat can be, you might need to add some almond milk to it or something like that. But no big deal. I'm not going to show you that recipe. I'm sure I have that recipe somewhere on my page. Super simple to make. Same exact recipe, except you can use the meat of a coconut. So I would say 1 avocado is maybe 2 coconuts, coconut and a half. But I'm going to cut this avocado. So the thing with making chocolate avocado pudding, which is so delicious, is the avocados have to be perfect. Are you good at picking perfect avocados? Picking off this little stem thing is one way. I already did this at the store. So you pick off the little stem thing, and if it's yellow, this is actually green. I know it's hard to tell in the light. If it's yellow, that means it's going to be ready in a day or two. If it's green, it's perfect. If it's black, nope, not going to be good. That blackness, although it's fine in like a guacamole or something like that, it does add a slight bitterness to the flavor of avocado, and I don't want that in my pudding. This is chocolate avocado pudding. So one thing I had here is I'm on the last of my maple syrup. So this is a couple tablespoons of maple syrup, and I had to turn the jug upside down to get the last of it. And I would say, how much is a serving? I would say like each avocado is like 2 servings. I mean, it's like a lot, right? So do this one, and I'm just gonna make 2. Now I have this little like blender. It's like the nut milk blender. I actually think it does a better job than the traditional blender. You can use the traditional blender. It's just a little bit more scraping. So I'm cutting my avocado in half to see if I'm perfect. Yeah. Oh, and I don't like Florida avocados. They don't taste good. They don't taste right. There's like the flavor's off, the texture's off, it's all off. Okay, so now that I have that, sorry, I forgot to get the cocoa powder. And I think this is going to be last of the cocoa powder. So I would say when it comes to the cocoa powder, you're going to do equal parts cocoa powder to maple syrup. So you do 2 tablespoons cocoa powder, which I think is a good amount. Do 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, etc., etc. That usually gives it a nice balance. I'm going to take this guy off. I still have my smoothie from yesterday. Day 12, you're almost done. Take a peek. Oh, it's perfect. Something I'll say about sweeteners. Dates, great sweetener. Kind of hard for this. Maple syrup resonates with me. It's not raw, but it's got a lot of minerals in it. And so like a lot of times the cane sugars and stuff, like they're not good for the body because it's nothing. It's empty calories. This actually has a lot of good nutrients in it, which is very hydrating to the body, actually. So I use this when I go bike riding a lot. So again, I love maple syrup as a sweetener. And then you can be introduced to maple butter. Now, this is like cooked for however amount of time. This is cooked for even more amount of time. Literally, it's maple syrup it's just gotten thicker. They'll use this, or at least maybe they cook it a little bit more to make like maple candy, which is pure maple syrup. I don't like maple candy for some reason. Odd, right? And then how I make my chocolate bars is this is maple sugar. Again, it gets all of the liquid out and it's more condensed. And I really like this when I make my chocolate bars and things like that. This is from Forest Ridge Maple Farm, which is an organic maple syrup farm. No, this is not sponsored. I wish, but give me some maple sugar. It's very nice and fine, because some maple sugar is like chunkier, I would say, and they have a really nice fine sugar. I'll just use this like 1-for-1 in recipes. You know, it's a good sugar. It's a good sugar. Okay, I'm going to do that. Not on camera. I have another video for that. It's not going to do this for the detox video, but I am going to make some chocolate bars that I give to my clients after they get a massage, and they've been asking me how come I haven't had any lately, so got to get that for them. So, okay, this is ready now, so I'm going to scoop it into these jars, like little single serving jars. And what I also like to do, ooh, good, I have macadamia nuts. That's going to go in the chocolate bars. Okay, so I like to sprinkle some cacao nibs on top. And then I'll just close this guy up. And it's going to go in the fridge. So this recipe, if you make it on day 11, is enough for the 3 days you're going to be on the chocolate. And I think that, so like I said, I find that usually it makes, like for a large avocado, sometimes the smaller avocados are just going to make that little bit of serving. Actually, so I think we're going to get 3 servings out of this one. So it's 2 avocados, so I find that these little jars are like the perfect, it's like a little perfect pudding cup. I also love these jars. I'll use them when I make like yogurts and stuff like that. So, okay. And again, I'm just going to sprinkle some cacao nibs just for a little texture. It's fun on top. And one more lid. Got one in the dish strainer. And we're all set. See? Super easy. Easier than this smoothie. That was what? 14 minutes? But here we go. I've got 3 puddings ready for the detox. Super delicious. You're adding avocados back in. You're adding the more fat in. You're adding a little bit of sweetener and getting your body adjusted to the sweeteners. That's still like adding good nutrients. Think about like the lemonade diet. It's like how much maple syrup? It's a lot of maple syrup. Very little is in this. You're getting your chocolate. Chocolate's a great hope, like a heart opener. I find get a little bit of bliss off of that. And yeah, and so you should also be adding a salad. You can be adding salad dressings back to your salads. I made like a coleslaw this week, so I had olive oil back in to going back in with olive oil. So it's not just adding chocolate, but we're adding the healthy fats. I snack on nuts now and things like that, and I'm still eating significantly less than I will be, but it's just easing myself in. I also got myself some Yoko's like a cashew cheese wheel, and I put it on some cucumbers. It was so delicious. It was like a little cucumber sandwich, and with a little bit of dill. And again, that's not raw, but looking at the ingredients, it's cashews, coconut. It was good for me, like as a nice transition. So work with what you got, figuring it out, slowly adding things back in. Okay, so that's it for day 12. Got one more to go, and we're going to be making some hot chocolate. Yay, hot chocolate. I'll see you then.